Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Not to Get Political podcast. I'm joined by my co-host KiwiLucas, and he's
Yo,
back
yo.
again. EatbugsTV is here. Hello, Mister Eatbugs.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. I'm well.
I can't
How are
see
you?
shit.
Good. Did you get your glasses bit yet? I missed it.
Yeah, I did it. I did it like while you were introducing Jason.
Surprise! I'm wearing two glasses.
I hope that was worth resetting the podcast because I missed it.
Speaking of missing things, I miss Eugene from WWE in 1996.
No,
What?
2004.
It's 2005 was
What a
that.
brilliant segue, by the way, Jason. Because the Royal Rumble was on yesterday. What's your hot take from the Royal Rumble?
Maybe ask Lucas first,
No,
real
I
quick.
asked
Oh,
our guest Eatbugs TV first.
Oh, not ladies first. People who are in the podcast first. I know it was yesterday, and I'm really happy that Brock Lesnar won. Oh, whoa, Brock Lesnar did win. What the fuck?
We told you this
I
before,
told you
didn't
this
we?
before.
I wasn't listening.
You were when I was talking to you.
I forgot.
I like pretty crazy. Ronda Rousey won it. She had like a baby like a couple months ago,
I thought it was last year. She had a baby, like ages
4 months
ago.
ago.
Did the baby win?
No, the mother
Well,
did.
do you have
What?
actual takes from the Royal Rumble, Lucas?
To be fair, like I wasn't really interested in watching the women's rumble in the lead up because, like, with the women's rumbles, the problem is there's not enough like female superstars in the company that like more than half of them end up being like like returning superstars or just like special entrants and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of like I can't be fucked with this. But it actually lived up to like exceeded expectations. It was fairly decent. To be fair, I think like the finish of it could have been completely different. I honestly would have liked to have seen like Ronda Rousey and Charlotte eliminate each other because I feel like they're gonna verse each other at Mania. So what's the point of like having Charlotte in the Rumble and then having what you call it Ronda like in there if they weren't gonna like they can just build a feud from that rather than like they've just it hurts me. Like sometimes
I'm not.
WWE just doesn't seem like they're thinking at all.
I'm not gonna lie. It definitely hurts me more that Brock Lesnar won the Rumble because I agree with you. But for Brock Lesnar, right? He is someone who does not need to win the Royal Rumble to feud with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Yeah, they just gave it to him for the sake of giving it to him. I just feel like he shouldn't have
Yeah.
won it.
I love how like when we were like discussing it because we were kind of like out of time and that sort of thing. Like we weren't watching it at the same time, but we were watching like around about the same time. And when you're like, oh man, like the Miz and that are gonna be like main eventing, I'm like, that means like someone from this match is gonna be in the in the Rumble. And then as soon as Brock lost the title, I was like, oh, I think I even messaged it to you. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, Brock's winning Rumble. And
So
then like it got to like the 29th person, I was like, I cannot see any of these guys winning it. And then Brock came out. I'm like, yep, no, I was right.
um. So yeah, I actually saw the spoilers for Brock winning it when I was at work yesterday. I was at lunch on TikTok, and I was just scrolling through. I tried so hard not to have any spoilers done. Um, got to lunch at work and was like, had nothing else to do. Scrolled through a bit of TikTok and saw that Brock Lesnar won the Rumble, and I was like, what the fuck? Why did Brock Lesnar win the Rumble? And I obviously kept those spoilers away from you because I didn't want you to know, because I know you wanted to watch the event as well. And I was very mad. Didn't get spoiled by Ronda Rousey though. I saw a lot of predictions before the Rumble that she was coming back, but cool return. Definitely a really cool return. Also, don't think she needed to win the Royal Rumble, but cool return.
Craziest thing is, like, she put a post up. I don't know if it was Twitter or Instagram what she put it on, but apparently, like, it was a last minute decision that she was like knew she was going to be okay for it. Like, she'd set the goal ages ago that like she wanted to do it, she wanted to compete in it, but like she was saying she didn't think she was going to be ready because of like the birth of her child and that sort of thing. So like, this wasn't WWE's number one plan, which is I think why it annoys me more. Like, it was, I think the final six I think was Shayna Baszler, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. Oh, who's the other? Who was the other one? And then you had
Ronda and Charlotte.
Rousey and Charlotte. There's one more, but like, though the other four chicks that are in the fight could have like actually benefited from it, winning it, and you could easily have had like Rousey and thing build up a feud to fight for the title another way. Like, it just
Well, I don't even like that Charlotte Flair was in the match, being SmackDown Women's Champion. It takes away from the event, okay? And it's just, yeah, not needed. Who is that?
Whose back was that? I can't. Yeah, is it Shawn Michaels?
Bobby
It's Booker
Lashley.
T?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That was a good
yeah,
match.
when he-
that
yeah.
was a good. I didn't like the finish, but I liked the match.
It was okay.
Where do you weigh in on this, Jason? Who's your favorite wrestler?
So in the Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar fight for the something,
For the WWE Championship.
I was very surprised that Paul Heyman still is alive and looks exactly the same.
He's cut
I
his
also
ponytail off.
he has very
I think it
wise
fell off.
decision. Also, Bobby Lashley's shoulders have dramatically shrunk over the years, and he is quite a bit smaller than the UFC man. And he put him in a master lock by the looks of it.
The Hurt Locker.
I don't know. It's not called that. It's called the master. It's called the master lock.
Only when Chris Masters uses it, it's called the Master Lock.
And he tapped out from the master lock. The end. Roman Reigns was there. I'm just going through the Twitter. I know nothing. I know this happened. He fell. And I know this thing. And then Roman Reigns is getting a belt given to him. Was it a bit of a flipperoonie?
All right. So can I? Yeah. Let me explain.
Go,
So
have the floor, Lucas.
for like months now, Paul Heyman's actually been like working with Roman Reigns, and then recently Brock Lesnar came back, and their whole thing was they were teasing that like, oh man, Brock Lesnar's best mate is Paul Heyman, so they're working together, and then so Roman Reigns like fired Paul Heyman, and he started working with Brock Lesnar again. And so like Brock Lesnar and Reigns have been feuding since the like first pay per view of this year or whatever, and then what you call it, and the first match of the Royal Rumble card was Reigns versus Seth Rollins, which was a good match. The big thing they were talking about is like Reigns had no one in his corner, so like usually he has like his cousins, the Usos, or Paul Heyman, but none of them were there.
The Usos?
Yeah. Reigns snapped and like wouldn't break his like he had what you call it? He had Seth Rollins in like a guillotine choke, which is like one of his new finishes. Seth Rollins got his hand on the bottom rope because like the referee did the whole like, you know, lift the arm, and if they drop their arm they're not out cold, but when he dropped the arm it fell on the rope.
That referee was dodgy. He dropped the arm onto the rope. I'm telling you right now, he dropped the arm onto the rope so that Seth Rollins could grab at the rope. That's why Roman Reigns did not illegally cheat in that match. Roman Reigns was just doing what he needed to do to win.
You definitely sound like exactly what Corey Graves said on commentary.
I must not have paid attention because I didn't hear that properly.
Yeah, that was like exactly what he said. So, and then yeah, so essentially they've sowed the seeds that like at the start of the show that like Roman Reigns is losing his mind, and then yeah, like a couple matches later they had the Brock and Bobby Lashley one. The ref went down, and then as soon as like that happened, Reigns came in, speared Brock, and then Brock kind of sorry, Reigns just kind of like looked at Paul Heyman, and Heyman handed him like the heavyweight title, and he whacked Brock over the head, and then Reigns and Heyman left together, and Bobby
Fun stuff.
Lashley's your new
It was fun.
WWE champion. Yeah,
We are officially on the road to WrestleMania, and I am moderately excited.
you got to point at the WrestleMania sign, Jason.
Oh.
I don't care about
Why is your
Above
sign
me.
in a different location to our sign?
I don't know where you're both pointing in different directions.
Are we?
I only follow this sign. Matthew's
His
chest.
chin, and I know it is Chris Masters.
It is Chris Masters. Who's this nerd?
Josh.
That's
Something?
the ECW guy.
What a loser.
Have you heard? Actually, this is something that I feel like you will appreciate. By the way, WWE interviewers have to crouch to interview the wrestlers, so they appear shorter than the actual wrestlers. It's,
No, they stand like
yeah,
that.
they
stand
split their legs
yeah.
open so that they appear shorter.
Jesus.
Because like WWE like wrestlers, their heights are exaggerated quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like they say like AJ Styles is like 6'5".
AJ Styles is 6'6". He is a farmer's boy with that farmer strength.
That guy's 6'3". No, sorry, 5'6" probably.
No, he's not. AJ Styles is a big boy who likes video games and can do flips.
Why is Ronda Rousey there?
To win.
Is she part of the stable?
Yeah, she wasn't. This is like her big return. Because she's been gone for over a year, I guess.
How'd she get in? What number did she come in at? 100?
Number 29 or 30? Probably number 30.
30?
Yeah.
There's 100, right?
No, it's 30.
30.
There's no way it could be 100. Imagine that many people. It would go for like 4 hours each.
They did a 61.
They did 2 of them now.
100-man Rumble Arena. WWE Greatest Royal Rumble, April 27th, 2018, at the King Abdullah Sports City King Abdullah International Stadium in Jeddah. It happened.
Yeah, that was a one-time thing.
And
I thought they were all like that.
Yeah, Braun Strowman won. No, they're all. It's the 30-man Royal Rumble.
30? That's trash.
I think it's
What's
a
the
good.
point?
I think 30 is the correct number. Not too many people, and not so little people that nothing cool happens.
That's 2 rugby teams, Jason.
That's 4 rugby teams.
What are you doing? Playing rugby 10s or something?
I watched the sevens.
Four
Is that on your calendar?
sevens at 28.
AJ Styles is 5'9".
5'9".
And even
and a half.
I think yeah, actually 5'9". I actually think that's an over exaggeration. To be fair,
Roman Reigns has lost it. Any input on that?
Lucas was saying
Yeah.
it before. Roman Reigns has lost the plot.
He's hitting him with the chair.
so WWE books him as 5'11", but he is 5'9". There you go.
Oh, is it an anime glove?
Who's wearing the anime glove?
Roman Reigns has that red anime glove.
Yeah, like Jin Kazama from Tekken.
Yeah. Maybe a possible feud in the future. Jin Kazama versus Roman Reigns.
Dude, but he has the Muhashi Zaibatsu bloodline.
Yeah, that's fine. Roman Reigns is losing it.
How into Tekken lore are you, by the way, Jason?
No, I understand.
You got the reference?
Yeah, I get ya.
You got the yeah, okay. That's the probably last time we'll talk about the Mishima Zaibatsu gene
Yeah, I
for a
do like
while.
Shinema too.
It's the devil gene. He inherits it from his father and his mother. I don't know much more about Tekken 7 lore.
AJ Styles' real name is Alan Neil Jones.
Rey Mysterio killed that guy once, and he's in this Royal Arena thing.
His son was in the fight at 2, Jason.
Wait, he
I'm dis-
can't do
I'm
that.
disappointed they never had a bit in the Rumble where they, did the whole work together, not work together thing.
I'm
I
so
don't think
confused at what's
together.
happening here.
They weren't in the Rumble at the same time.
No.
So I'm looking at just the Twitter, and I see the comedian guy that's dating Kim Kardashian. Was he in it?
Oh, what?
Is
No,
Pete
Pete
Davidson in
was
it?
not in-
No.
Well, he
No.
was the woman from Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory.
She was not in it. No.
I'm looking at her. She's
What,
there
what are
right
you What are you watching?
Chanel West Coast was not in it.
there.
What
I can't
about
put-
do you know who was there? Johnny Knoxville was there.
Oh, maybe that was Johnny Knox. Does he have blonde hair now?
He does not look like Pete Davidson, does he?
In this, he does kind of. That makes sense.
Hey, has
Chanel-
anyone listened to Kanye's diss track about Pete Davidson?
Yeah.
It actually
See,
slaps. Good song.
poor Kanye. Kanye doesn't deserve this.
Let's
Justice
just make
for
Kanye 2006 again.
Chanel West Coast was there. That's crazy.
She was not in the match.
What is this thing?
You've had to pull someone
Post
up
it.
on your green screen, on your
Yeah.
Discord green screen.
Yeah, so to anyone that doesn't know, Chanel West Coast, very famous rapper, from Rob Dyrdek Fantasy Factory. It's a great show.
Probably name a book that you're about to put up.
Rest in peace, the big black guy who was his friend.
Apparently they weren't friends.
Oh, that's sad. I didn't need to know that, Lucas.
Apparently they just worked together.
No, West Coast. If
That's Kelly
the-
Kelly.
Yeah, that is Kelly
That's
Kelly.
Kelly Kelly.
That's Kelly Kelly? No, it's Chanel West Coast.
They do look very similar.
Why'd they bring Kelly Kelly back?
Because they couldn't find any other women
Yeah.
wrestlers.
There's not enough women.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Kane's wearing a mask again?
Kane was not in the Rumble.
Yeah, he wasn't. What do you-
I will say
Who-
two big things just before we get too derailed.
My balls. Right?
Two big bad things that were in the
Oh.
Royal Rumble was Kofi Kingston botching the spot. Like, I feel bad for Kofi Kingston, but he did botch that spot where he was trying to save himself. And Finn Balor not being in the Rumble at all. Two very disappointing things.
I feel like he must be like injured or something because he had that match against Austin Theory where like he lost it clean really early in the match and then he hasn't been back on TV.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually injured or something.
I hope not. I just hope he's a little injured. Not injured enough to miss too much, but that's the excuse for why he wasn't in the Royal Rumble.
You hope he's really injured.
I do
You hope
not
he's
hope.
damaged.
No, I do not wish damage.
Kofi Kingston.
uh,
To Kofi Kingston. Real nice guy.
Isn't that the Knoxville County mayor?
Yeah, Glenn Jacobs.
Yeah,
Yeah, why is he wearing his mask again?
I feel
because he
like that's
can't
an
be a
old-
mayor in the room.
That's an old picture.
Oh.
Yeah,
Roman
that's
Reigns
like
is Jun Kazama.
2012. I reckon that's like 2012 came when he was like with Daniel Bryan.
Oh, and Talking Smack's
No.
after that. Yeah.
Team Hell No.
The most
Oh, wait.
iconic Rumble Arena thing ever was when the siren, and then Edge's theme played, and then he ran in and he won.
That was 2010.
Yeah, it's the only one I can remember.
I will say, no, Edge's return is probably the biggest thing that happened in the Rumble.
with Beth Phoenix.
Are we waiting?
No, it's fine.
No. Okay. Cool.
I think I don't know. I got a quick question asked, so it's fine.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Action.
Anyway, you know what isn't the Royal Rumble and something that you're probably more excited to talk about, Jason, is Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Yeah, I've heard of Pokemon.
Get the box for it. Or it doesn't show
Oh,
up.
that's good looking box.
That's alright. I'm currently
Yeah, you got the
like
metal box.
I
five
do. I
hours
got the
in or
steel
something.
box. You're 5 hours in. Are you enjoying it?
I have a lot to say. I might let. Do you want to say it first, or
I haven't played
how far
anything
into are
yet.
you?
I bought the video game on Friday and then didn't buy didn't play it at all. Went to work Saturday and then went out Saturday and then watched the Royal Rumble on Sunday. So,
Did
Okay.
you go out?
friends.
So I know Lucas hasn't played any yet either. It's a grindy game that's like a build up to something
Like
else.
one way? Like I can't. Is that meant to be like a Dialga like re-evolution or something?
Yes, I assume it's like an Omega form, like an ancient form.
Why has it got a Yui Boom speaker stuck in its throat?
He saw the Yui Boo. So it's a very grindy game that seems like it's sort of like a prototype for something they are gonna make later. It's fun. It is fun. It's every game you like, so it's Snap, the real games,
Monster Hunter? I heard
Coliseum,
it's very Monster Hunter-y.
a little tiny bit, only because the last
Okay.
Monster Hunter was Asian themed, so was this. So that's all I really get. And you go out on like expeditions, so that's kind of similar. You just literally run around and go and like throw Pokeballs at everything you can, and the battles are just the same, but you can run around in them.
Better or worse than Coliseum?
Way worse. Coliseum was actually a real game.
Is
This
not
is like
a real game, do you not think?
this is like something they wanted to do, and then they did it, and then they didn't finish it, so they just released this. Also, the Switch is the most outdated console ever, somehow. Even though I think it's one of the newest ones, right?
No, the PlayStation, the Xbox are now newer than the Switch.
Oh, yeah. So the third newest console is outdated by like 5 years. I think the GameCube was running harder than this thing fucking does.
It's not about graphics,
the
Jason.
Switch
It looks
released
fine.
the same timeline as the timeline. Yeah, well, the same time as the like PS4 and like original Xbox One, not the Pro versions or anything. And Switch still hasn't done a Pro version. They've only done the early like LED version.
I don't think they genuinely can do a pro version.
I'm sure
I think
They can. It's called a
what they've
Steam Deck.
made, from what I can tell from this game, which is the newest Pokemon game, I don't think they can do it.
Steam Deck also costs $1,000, right?
Yeah, to play League of Legends on, it's crazy. This
Yeah.
game runs terribly. It runs at like 40 frames, and if you're fighting something, it runs at like 35.
I don't think
I mean,
I think it's just capped at 30. I think the Switch is legitimately a 30 frames per second machine, even when it's docked.
we'll just minus whatever I said from 30 then. Undocked, the game looks fine. It looks like a DS game, actually. It's more Sun and Moon than it is Sword and Shield, which is funny. The new designs are fine. Some of them are just nothing.
Yeah, the new Pokemon. I've heard there's some cool new Pokemon.
There's a lot of
I guess
Digimon.
technically cool old Pokemon.
A lot of
This is
Digimon.
way back in the day.
And yeah, it's fun. It's a very casual game, so you'll probably like it if you have a lot of spare time. I feel like it's probably
I don't have spare time.
I feel like Lucas would enjoy it more than you would, Brandon. Lucas likes doing mining craft and stuff. It's sort of like that game.
I do like tedious, monotonous like bullshit that doesn't actually have anything to do with progression.
Yeah, and I caught a shiny Magikarp, so that instantly made life funner.
Oh, so
Ooh.
are there RPG elements still? Like you catch Pokemon, you level.
It's the same game. All the battle systems exactly the same, except you can run around while you battle now. And there's like a strong move and a agile move. Because turn order can be disrupted, so two things can go. You can do two things before they can do one thing, or like an extra Pokemon can walk into the fight, and start biffing you.
So see when because I've seen very limited stuff in terms of this game, and especially now that it's out, I've tried to stay away from it because I do want to play it for myself. I really
Yes.
did just think it was more Monster Hunter, where you would almost have like go to a raid with a bunch of other people, and just like try and catch big Pokemon or something.
No
Similar to like,
multiplayer.
yeah, I
No
thought it would
multiplayer
be
at all.
the concept of like max raid dens, like but better and more Monster Hunter.
Um, no, there's no multiplayer. You can't play with your friends. You can trade, and you can pick up their stuff when they die, like Dark Souls sort of thing. Um, you throw shit. It's just like Pokemon Snap. You can like throw apples and shit at things, or like feed them. If you wanted to win and actually like 100% the game, it would take you so long to do. There's certain things that are like in the Pokedex that say you have to catch like 80 Starlies,
Ugh. And it's
or
just
like
one at a time you catch, right? There's no bulk way to do that.
you can just literally run around and throw balls at them and just hope that like I don't know 40% just stay in there. You don't have to fight them. You don't have to fight Pokemon to catch them.
Hey, is it? There's a crafting system as well, right?
Very basic. Yes, you make
That's okay
Pokeball
then.
and
I like a
potion.
basic crafting system. I don't want to be spending like 4 hours crafting for a sword that you get 2 minutes later in the story anyway. So I do like some
Yeah,
basic crafting compared to like.
like you don't craft anything that's not just items. You can't craft clothes, you can't craft things, cosmetics, Pokemon things. Your Pokemon don't really interact. You can throw them out at a tree and they'll run into the tree and knock berries out of it. Or you can throw them at like a rock and they smack it. Um, you have to ride on Pokemon like Sun and Moon. And there's different like there's like legendary versions of things like Ursa Ring and shit.
Ooh,
It's fine. The game's
that is.
fine. Just missing a lot of stuff.
Are you
I like
still like?
Ursa.
But you're still having fun though, right?
Yeah, I'm still playing it. The story's nothing. It's cool to see old like ancestors of dudes from the real game, like Volkner and stuff. It's cool to see their
Yeah,
like legacy
that's cool.
characters. Um, but I do put it down after like an hour and a half because it is just repetitive, very repetitive.
I feel like that's. It sounds like a game that you can do that with though, where you can just play, like you said, an hour and a half, and then that's it. You don't need to play more.
Yeah, I think most games these days probably shouldn't just try and speed run the shit out of them because you'll get an alternative experience to people who are just pacing themselves. But
Uh,
it's Pokemon. It should be better.
I I heard there's people like going WTF because apparently like one of the professors or something says that like Pokemon have the ability to minimize themselves to get into the Pokeballs. It's not anything that the Pokeball does.
I don't
So
That's pretty
yeah,
remember
cool.
that. He gives you the Pokeballs and they're made out of like
Wood.
an acorn and some corks
mm,
and steam. They're steam powered for some reason. So how you catch them is you throw it at them and the ball steam releases and it bounces in the air, and then a firework comes out of it if you catch them. There's no like wobble anymore. They also say death a lot. They also say the Pokemon will kill you and that you should be terrified of them all, even Bidoof.
Is it
it's metal.
G rated? No, it's PG, I guess. A little bit more not kid friendly, I guess would be the term.
Yep,
Um,
you can use the word shit once.
or the word fuck once.
No, that's M.
Ah.
Oh no.
um, so I've asked Jason obviously a lot of questions, but you weren't interested in this game at all, Lucas?
Still not interested at all.
Any reasoning apart from you can't just get over the graphics, or
To be fair, I can't see myself paying like $100 for this game, and that's how much it's going to cost me to play it here. And I just um, I haven't looked at like any gameplay or anything, so maybe if I'm getting bored with like games I've got at the moment, I might. But there's like
you're
no
spending
motivation for me.
you're spending too much time playing Halo, is what I'm hearing.
I'm playing a fair bit of Halo. Halo as well though is I'm getting sick of them just having the same map. So I would like some more maps. I know the like samurai event's back soon again, but they've got to give me something more to play it. I'm downloading the new Rainbow Six game at the moment. Keen to give that a go.
Is
It's
it
on
on
Game
Game
Pass.
Pass?
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Siege.
I wouldn't be downloading if it wasn't.
um, so it came into work the other day, and it sat out the back, and no one put them out yet, and they just kind of sat there because no one wanted to buy it. It was just apparently it's just been like terrible reviews and not good, and it's just
Oh
like,
really?
yeah, I've heard
I
bad
I
things.
hadn't heard anything about it. I just didn't even know it was out. So I was just like, Luke mentioned it today. He's like, "Hey, I downloaded that Rainbow Six Extraction.
I
Should we
mean,
play it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll download it. It's free."
to be fair, I think the best place to play terrible video games is Game Pass.
Yeah,
Like that definitely
I
makes
enjoyed
sense.
Siege. So if it's anything like Siege,
I think it's a
I
weird zombie mode, right?
yeah, but like gameplay wise, if it's
Yeah,
anything like
fair.
Siege played well. No, yeah, no, can't see myself playing RCS at all. I am kind of interested in like the new Pokemon and stuff like that. Like that sort of stuff interests me. It's very hard for me to like shell out money for Switch games in New Zealand because they sit at $100 the whole time. They
That is
never go down price.
scary.
Yeah,
Too
Like
much money.
so many dollars for Nintendo Switch games, and they just,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. That's ridiculous.
I'll buy it if I see it on like Facebook Marketplace in like a couple months' time. People are usually selling them for like $10 and shit. So
$30 at
that's
some,
that's
yeah.
yeah, that's usually where I get my Switch games is like Facebook Marketplace and shit like that. Yeah.
It's not the worst like way to play them if you're not desperate for something to play. Facebook Marketplace would be the go.
Yeah. It's usually like someone's stolen the games from a house they've broken into or something.
Like
I
we both
honestly like
giggled, but I know you're like not kidding.
yeah, well like no one that's like got a Switch is selling their game for like $20. Like they know that shit is too expensive.
You don't know that. You could think that the game was awful.
Yeah, but still, they bought it for $100. They're not selling it for fucking 20, $30. They're selling it for at least 60.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Well, do you see Pokemon doing something like this again then? Because it did have a really huge reception. I know it became the fourth highest selling Pokemon game of all time in Japan. I want to say. I think I read that today, which is pretty huge of a statistic. Obviously, there's a lot of Switches, and Pokemon and Switches are huge at the moment. So I feel like it's a good statistic, but I feel like it's almost inevitable as well. Um, yeah, Jason, do you see them doing anything like this again?
Yes.
Better?
Anything that does well in Japan was gonna happen again. They don't care about us, actually. Um, Better no, because they don't need to. They can just keep doing the same shit again and again, and people just keep eating it up.
Pokemon hasn't
Um,
gotten better since '95.
Pokemon's just been the same things forever, and I thought these offshoot games are the best part of Pokemon, really. Um, they'll just do this again and again. They can just do every region, right? They can just do a Johto one. They can just do it
Ooh,
like
I
it's
actually,
infinite content.
I would be excited for a Pokemon Legends Rayquaza. That excites me.
He doesn't speak English. He screams.
He's
He's
a
a dragon.
Pokemon legend, dude. Big fucking.
Arceus is God. He talks to you.
Who would
You're
win the...
Jesus in this game, basically.
Oh wait, are you Arceus? Is that what it is?
No, you're Jesus.
Where's
Arceus sends
Arceus?
you.
Arceus is God.
Also,
Arceus
here
is
we go.
God.
I think I at least have said both pronunciations, but where do we sit? Is it Arceus or Arceus?
Arceus.
Lucas?
Arsehole.
Yes. Okay.
Arceus.
I couldn't care to care less.
He's kind of a trash Pokemon. He's just a horse deer thing.
He's
I
a
don't care if he's God.
he's
Punch
a
him.
god doggo.
Beat the shit out of him. Screw him
Oh,
up.
shout out! Illegal Olive is live on Twitch.
Hey,
Shit.
go watch Legal Olive on Twitch.
Just got the notification.
Is the Final Fantasy event live on Twitch yet? I'm so
No one
excited.
cares about Final Fantasy. That's your one per episode. Can't talk about your other thing.
Well, it's actually part of the same thing. It's part of the bigger point.
No.
We're supposed to go into this now.
So
Actually,
Peacemaker's good.
so Final Fantasy VII is having a 25-year today. Today, as we're recording this, is the 25th year anniversary of Final Fantasy VII, and they are having a. What'd you say?
What's the date today?
The 31st of the 1st, 2022.
You go.
I was just waiting for something. I really was.
Just didn't know what the date was.
So yeah, 25 years ago, Final Fantasy VII came out in Japan, and they're holding a live event tonight. And fingers crossed, some remake cartoon news happens, which I'm really excited for. You don't think it's happening?
I want to see it.
Why not?
Stop remaking 7. Make a new one.
They are. It's called 16.
Are they making 16?
They are. It's been
Are you
announced.
sure?
It's been announced.
It has?
It's been delayed, so
Who's
no,
it?
they're not making it.
Oh, Final Fantasy. We have that here.
I just want to make it aware, like, as soon as you started talking about, like, Final Fantasy, I turned, like, my, like, background music volume up, so I can barely hear you.
I don't know. I just
You're
feel like
race.
I like it.
Yeah.
What would you like to talk about, Lucas? You seem
Peacemaker, that's good.
not as good as Final Fantasy VII Remake.
What's the first 4 episodes? I don't know how they're meant to be, like, releasing this, because, like, they dropped the first 4 episodes, and, like, I don't think anything's dropped since then, as far as I'm aware. But it's good. It's funny. John Cena is, like, made to play that role, I swear. Like, honestly, if he had never been, like, a WWE superstar and that was, like, his first thing you'd seen him do, you'd be like, yo, this guy is actually pretty good. Like, I'm sold. Like, I have to watch it on, like, a random streaming service over here because, like, we don't have, what's it, HBO Max or whatever. No, what
Binge?
is it?
It's Binge over here.
Yeah, but what's the actual one that it's in America? What's it usually on?
HBO Max, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not whatever DC drops their shit on.
HBO.
Drops it in the
Shit's
toilet.
the key word normally.
Drops in my knuckles savage.
Oh, fucking take that, Batman. You dickhead.
But yeah, it's good, man. John Cena fucked some, like, Jewel-looking chick in the first episode. But like, I like if you haven't
Chaos
seen
Emerald.
if you haven't seen Suicide Squad, you probably won't, like, understand what the humor's like. But it's very much, they've just taken the ball of his character from Suicide Squad and run with it, and, like, James Gunn's directing this series, so it's actually quite well done on how it's being directed so far. But he's just like, you know, this guy has never had a childhood, so he's just a man child that likes to kill people. So it's funny, it's good. Yeah.
Sounds like a concept.
It's a good series. You know what isn't a great series? Boba Fett.
No, it's a great series.
Yeah,
It's
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 had one of the best
it's
episodes of Star
aggressively
Wars
average.
ever.
How about
Um,
what's your favorite Star Wars quote? Say it now, Brennan Gary.
Uh, do or do not. There is no try.
Okay,
I
Lucas.
don't know.
Lucas, which one?
you underestimate my power.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yours,
Yeah,
Jason?
the sand one. You know it.
Not just the men,
Continue.
but the women and children too.
Yeah. So why is there any of them alive still? It doesn't make sense. He killed them all.
I feel like
Killed
there's.
Talk
one
about it.
tribe.
Yeah, he killed the tribe.
Let's talk
Uh,
about that. I feel like he would have killed all of them. He's pretty good.
He was still a Padawan back then.
So if
he
he killed
definitely.
all of them at Padawan level, and they're getting taken out by a train with a gun, does that mean Anakin's like God tier level? Is he like the man?
Don't you already know the
Naturally.
answer to this? Like you've. I know that you've read the comic where he like force pushes a moon into a planet to like blow up the planet.
But that's Vader. I
Anakin was
don't understand.
way more powerful than Vader, though.
He is that. What are you shaking your head for?
Yeah, what are you shaking your head for, Lucas?
He wasn't way more powerful than Vader.
Oh,
Vader's way stronger.
nah.
Vader way stronger.
Vader, if he
It
didn't
doesn't
have
make
the suit,
sense.
though. If Vader
But
wasn't
Vader
in the
never
suit.
got to his full power either. The suit,
Why did
like,
we
Yeah,
have to?
Anakin's peak
oh,
was in the first, like, 2 days of being Darth Vader.
nah.
You're you're pinging off.
His,
You're pinging
his,
off
like,
some
'cause his,
stuff.
yeah, no, his emotions were like taking him, so he didn't know whether he was like good or evil, like when he was fighting Obi-Wan.
I'm pretty sure after you kill some kids at the Jedi Temple, you know you're evil, right?
No, because
Killed
remember,
the
like
women and
he's
children
being
too.
swayed by like the whole
The Senate.
like Padme shit, and so like he doesn't know what's like right or wrong anymore, so he's conflicted and that sort of shit.
I don't care what side you stand on. Killing kids seems pretty wrong. Like, there's no
Oh, yeah,
conflict in
absolutely.
killing kids.
I'm not. You
Someone
just
had to
keep.
do it.
We're talking about a completely different part.
No, we're talking about like not canon. We're talking about in the canon universe. It's like 2 days after he kills kids.
Yeah,
You can't be
and so you
surprised
kill
if a
your
known child killer kills more children.
See, Lucas.
Women and children too, is what he says.
like yeah. It was like he wasn't fully evil like at any of these points. He was being like completely evil at one point and then completely good at one point. Like he had reasoning. It was horrible reasoning, but it was still reasoning. And then like once he was like made his full like suit transformation to Vader, it was like hatred that fully consumed him. That's the whole thing. It's like he became so powerful because he fed off that hatred, and then like I know in like the expanded universe and that sort of thing, they talk about like his suit like physically hurt and was uncomfortable all the time. So he was always angry and that sort of thing, and he was like drawing off those emotions, and like he refused to like get a new suit, which would have arguably made him more powerful because he believed that like when he was like in this pain, it was a reminder and that sort of thing that kept him on this like dark path. So definitely more powerful when he was like suited up Vader. Um,
Yeah, because he's also just
apparently,
older Anakin.
No, he lost
yeah.
all his midichlorians when his arm and 2 legs got chopped off.
No,
Apparently, he has a
that's not correct.
confrontation with Obi Wan in the Obi Wan series that's coming up. So
He 100% does. It's on Mustafar for some dumb reason.
How do you know that?
They show it.
In what? There's no
Const-
trailer for the show.
There is. It's on thing. Look at his weakness. It says none. Anakin's weakness was sand. Therefore, he wins.
no, his weakness
I
is
have the
his own. His
weakness
own
is
semen is his weakness.
none. He didn't write this himself. He can't. He has no hands. Someone else wrote it.
He can use his robot hands.
I don't know about his best offense tactic being using lies to make the rebels fear the Empire. I'm pretty sure his best offense was just like ripping people in half with the Force, right?
I feel like
Yeah, they're definitely trying to make him
Also,
out as
big red lightsaber.
I was gonna say the Death Star would be like the best offense.
they're definitely trying to make him off as like Space Hitler, but that was more Palpatine.
Yeah, this is also him doing this, and I feel like this is way more hardcore than lying to the rebels.
I love that it just went to your like room for a second.
He's just like obliterating Palpatine in there, I believe. Some old unit. New Vader's way more hectic than old Vader. I think Anakin was stronger in the old stuff, but new Vader's pretty insane. Pretty insane.
I know there was like expanded lore that like it's no longer true, where he went back and like pod raced again. That's cool.
That's. Oh, I wonder why they cut that.
I'm pretty sure he
No
meets
wonder.
Watto as well and kills Watto, like his slave owner.
Cut.
Jackson,
Wait back.
welcome back. It's hot in my room right now.
Fucking hot everywhere. But you were a tool, Vader. Dude, I reckon I could square out Palpatine without a lightsaber. The fucking roll, dude.
What? Are you saying you're more powerful than Kit Fisto, who died almost immediately?
Nope, he got cheated out of his life, unfortunately. Kid Fisto killed Jango Fett, didn't he? Or he looked at him and smiled.
Mace,
I can't
he
remember.
looked at him and smiled. Mace Windu killed
I think
Jango Fett.
I think Mace
I'm
Windu
still-
takes a lot of rap for stuff.
I'm still like low key holding out. Last episode of Boba Fett is going to end with Mace Windu. Like that would be like mind blowing. You know,
It's not, but
it's
gonna
not
be
going to
Obi-Wan.
happen. Yeah.
It's Obi-Wan
You know
come
how-
back from the
Like
fucking
Ghost
future.
Yeah,
or something.
Obi-Wan's definitely dead. um,
No,
It's gonna be a
you know
Jedi,
how,
but it's
like-
gonna be a weird Jedi.
It's gonna be Luke come back.
no, you know how like Boba Fett's
before
got his
that,
chair and
right?
he's sitting on his chair like this. He'll be sitting at the end, and then like screen like fades to black, and like just as it fades to black, it just goes purple, and you just see like Mace.
Or he chops his head off and then the helmet bounces on the ground. That'd be amazing. And then Boba Fett's son is under the table. A little Asian woman is under the table and goes, "No."
Picks out the helmet. Yeah, that's what I never
So
understood.
when is this?
I just want to say in Star Wars Episode 2, when Mace Windu cuts off Jango's head and Boba picks up the helmet, I never understood why his head doesn't fall out.
Because it's stuck in there.
How's it stuck?
You ever wore a helmet before? It can't just come off. It's meant to protect him. It can't just fall off.
It'll, like, if your head's not connected to your neck, surely it just falls off.
No,
I don't know how he cut him so cleanly across the neck.
It's a,
Man's
fucking-
wearing a lot of armor.
it's a space sword made of energy. I feel
it's
like that's
also Jango Fett's armor's not Beskar, so it can be got through with lightsaber.
Is it?
Wait,
sure?
no,
It's-
it
yeah,
is,
it's not-
it is
it's not
Beskar.
Beskar. No,
It was the
it's not
same,
Beskar.
but Boba Fett says it's the same armor.
It's not Beskar.
Well, so
It's-
when I Google that exact sentence, it says Beskar on it. Any dispute to that?
Legitimately, it might be Legends now, but like they talk about how you know how like Jango Fett isn't Mandalorian, and then they've like
Yeah, none of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So what they were saying is apparently his armor's similar to Beskar, but it's not. It's something else. I was literally reading something about it the other day, but they've probably rebooted or whatever again, and because they did say it when it was
well,
in
they-
Sarlacc or whatever that it was Beskar, didn't they?
Didn't make sense that his armor got like melted or whatever. Or did the Jawas take it? I can't remember. The episodes are so all over the place. It's just trash.
And it didn't make
Oh,
sense
the
why he
Jawas
went back to that giant Sarlacc pit to find his armor. Like, why would
Maybe
it?
Grogu.
Why would it be there?
I don't know. He
I'm
watched
talking
it.
about Boba Fett, by the way.
No,
He
was
saw it.
out
He
there.
saw it do that, right?
I don't know.
I feel like he saw them taking it. I can't remember.
I definitely thought that you would know, right? It's like, why? How the fuck do you get out of the sand pit without the armor?
Well, because he
Then
was
he went
like
back in.
exhausted and shit too. But I don't know. Yeah,
It's gonna be
that's
Grogu at the end, by the way.
yeah. I
That's
don't
all.
know. Because like we were talking about this the other day. I still think like Mando season 3 is going to be based from now till like whenever this season of Boba Fett finishes. You know, like I reckon it's actually going to be like a short timeline. Like it's only going to be a couple days or whatever.
It
'Cause,
seems like it's just gonna be Mando from now. Like, yeah, like this is it. You're in the
yeah.
Mando now.
Hey, about that
Um,
Boba Fett TV show, it's better now.
we probably should have had a spoiler warning in here, but
Well, my
the
nuts.
The Naboo starfighter, horrible decision for a bounty hunter, but fucking cool.
I
That's the
thought it
fastest ship in the fleet.
Where's he gonna keep all his fucking carbonite bodies and shit like
Mm.
in
In
the
the
back.
boot.
Yeah.
that? There
Same
is no.
place that the
He's got.
Naboo's guide did.
I feel like they're justifying like they can like drop a body in the droid chamber or whatever they hollowed out, but like
Nah, he's just gonna
there's nowhere to put
he's
like
gonna freeze them and then just tie him to the back and like use it like a trailer.
just drag it at light speed.
I
Yeah,
was
that'd be
really hoping
sick.
it was going to be a pod racer. That's
I,
all.
Well,
I
I
just saw
honestly I honestly thought it was
the
Anakin's
front two
pod racer.
things.
I was like, oh
That'd be so
shit.
fucking.
Now this is pod racing.
Would have slapped. Would have slapped so hard.
And then I thought it might have
Crew,
been
one
an
pilot.
Oh yeah, Mando says wizard, by the way. That was my favorite part of the whole episode. The lady's like, how was it? And he goes, wizard.
Is
That
it?
chick also fucked a Jawa.
Yeah, don't rate that. Didn't understand
That
that. Why they had to
was
say that.
a bit too much. And yeah,
Well, yeah, that was interesting.
uh, it was something.
N1 starfighters were in the Battle of Exegol, which is the end of
A
the last Star Wars movie, correct?
Right, weren't they saying in this that they're all gone? Like that was like the last one?
This is before that, though, right?
No, Battle of Exegol's like still like 20 years away.
I can easily explain it, okay? Somehow,
No,
the Naboo starfighter has returned. I'm glad you appreciate that, by the way.
Bango
Somehow.
Fett and stuff is before
This
the new movies.
This is after 6,
Yeah.
before 7.
Yeah. So the starfighter that angel, that sand angel parked on the sand when Qui-Gon Jinn was near it. That's that one, right? That's hers. Are you an angel? What's her name? I can't remember. Padme.
Padme?
That's a cruiser, not a starfighter.
No. Well, where did they get this one from?
It's a
Storm.
starfighter. They're the ones that like Anakin like flew into the
Oh,
Into
that's
yeah.
Anakin.
Into the separatist
Yeah.
ship.
yeah.
That's what I thought the X-Wing guys were going to say. When they were like, hang on, your name is different. And then they were going to say Anakin or some shit.
But it was never Anakin's thing.
It
Or
could have been.
what if they're like, this one's logged to Mace Windu.
This one's logged to Obi-Wan Kenobi, now streaming on Disney+.
I'm so happy for this character to return to the Star Wars universe.
Hayden Christensen.
That's Obi-Wan, but
They could like possibly bring in Jango Fett's sister as a character, expanded universe.
could be a Sith.
You know
Um,
who I did hear rumored for the Boba Fett show was Cad Bane from Clone Wars.
yeah, I'd rate that. Also, you know the Fennec Shan, the like chick that's with him.
Yes.
You know that actor's like nearly 60. Yeah,
What?
she's yeah. I won't say her name because I'll probably butcher it, but yeah, she's like 60, dude.
I had no idea.
I think she's 57. That's a guess, but you can quote me on that.
Was she the girl that was on the Mando episode where they went to that like place where they had an ATT or whatever, an AT Walker? She that girl?
What? No, she's the one from the Tatooine episode in season 1.
Yeah.
Oh, she gets shot. Yeah, that's right.
She,
And
yeah.
then he saves her. Yeah. Ming Na Wen as Fennec Shan, born in 1963.
Fuck, I would have guessed that
Mhm.
she was like 20s or 30s, honestly.
Yeah.
Say the name again?
Ming Na Wen.
Ming Na Wen. Yes, you were correct. 58. She's also in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Mulan 2.
Mulan 2, like
She was,
the animated Mulan 2?
no, the real one.
Did
She
they
was
make a
in
live
Mulan, I
action
believe.
Mulan 2? Or did you mean like Mulan as well, not Mulan 2?
So she was in Mulan 2
No, she was in Mulan.
She was in
and
Mulan as
Mulan.
well, or was she in Mulan 2?
No, she is in Mulan number 2.
She was
Thank
in
you.
Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within.
Good on her. That
Oh,
movie is fucking terrible.
it's about space or something. I don't even
She
know.
is
It's
Dr.
about nothing.
Aki Ross.
She calls her fans minglings. I don't know about that.
Dude, Steve Buscemi was in that movie.
Steve Buscemi
And
was in the
Keith
Final
David
Fantasy movie.
and Alec Baldwin. What a movie. James Woods.
Oh. So, when the Wookiee's fighting Boba Fett when he's having a bath or whatever, why didn't you just kill him? Why didn't
I
you
don't
just
know.
punch him?
I think he was meant
Well,
to. He was
he's a Wookiee.
Boba Fett's too tough.
He crushed that dude and he just broke that dude's back in the
Boba Fett's
bar.
too. That was dumb. I didn't get that.
It didn't make sense. No, because they hate Trandoshans. They just didn't explain it for whatever reason.
Like
I don't know
I
why.
got it because of the background
You
to
know?
Star Wars. Oh, I only figured it
Yeah.
out because I got told because I wanted to know more. But yeah, Trandoshians
Yeah.
kidnapped Wookiees and hunt them for sport and all this shit, and that's why they hate them.
Yeah.
But the
You know,
average
like Clone Trooper.
the average like person's not going to figure that out. I don't understand why it was even there in the show.
The average person watching the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah. On Disney Plus, yes. Children, yeah, probably.
It tweeted it. The latest episode was like trending on Twitter. None of the other ones were, but the latest one was, everyone was hyped for.
So this is
Brandoshan?
actually just like another episode of Mandalorian.
It was a great episode of Boba Fett.
Trando vs. Wookiee War was like from the Clone Wars spin-off stuff, not even the new stuff, like,
I don't think
because
it
it's
was a
pretty
war.
full.
I think it was just
It,
Trandoshians
it
would hunt them
was.
for sport, and then
Yeah,
Wookiees got sick of it, and I guess they had a war. Makes sense.
They went there and just killed them.
I'm on the like IMDb page
I
for
thought you were gonna say
Book of Boba Fett.
Wikipedia.
No, and literally like they've got like the title picture, like the poster thing for Book of Boba Fett, and then right next to it's a clip, and it's like picture of Mace Windu.
I like your optimism, but I don't know if it's gonna happen.
It's not going to happen, but I want it to.
I swear we've had
Well,
this
you don't-
discussion before, though, Lucas, where you've definitely said, you're sick of characters coming back for the sake of coming back, and Mace Windu's one that you would just rather stay dead.
Yep.
You still stand by that, even though you want him to be in Boba Fett?
Oh, I just think it'd be a fucking epic scene. I think I've had this conversation with you. I might have not. I might have had it with someone else. But like, with how Star Wars has been in the recent like years, I thrive on them just having like good scenes now because a lot of shit is fucking not done well in general. So like, it's like how we were talking a couple weeks ago about like one of my favorite Star Wars moments now is the Darth Vader scene from Rogue One. Like, shit like that is what I love about Star Wars now, not the story, because it's just like
It
Disney
shows you
definitely
all the
Disney
stuff.
fucked Star Wars. Like I don't I'm not even on the fence anymore and saying some things are good, some things are bad. Disney fucked Star Wars.
sometimes never good, sometimes never shit.
It's sometimes good, sometimes bad. We're getting heaps more content, but it's just not as good.
Yeah.
Oh, get fucking rolled, Star Wars,
It's
man.
not like you were getting bad content before. It was just not
Yeah,
what
we
we
were.
wanted. No, because
We
you're
were
still
getting
you're getting video games
episode two.
and yeah,
Go
fair.
watch like you've recently watched not Clone Wars. Yeah, Clone Wars. Like there is a lot of shit in there. That's pre Disney.
It's a kids
Yeah,
show.
It's
yeah.
not though.
It is.
They
It
like
was on
tried
Cartoon
in like the
Network.
first season to be a kid show, and then they're like, oh
Adventure Time
no,
was on Cartoon Network. I ain't a kid
yeah.
shit. It's anything but.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I
Big
just
Tom
want to
actually.
see Mace Windu come back. I just want to see um, what's his name come back? Kid Fisto. We never saw him die.
Yeah, we did. The
No,
lightsaber goes into his stomach.
I don't know. I could survive that, so he could too. He's a fish. It's gonna be Grogu and probably like a young Kylo Ren, probably.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the other day.
Um,
Like, because I think someone said that like they could possibly bring in the Knights of Ren as like allies of him, just to like give them some fucking relevancy.
Probably not in 2 episodes. I don't think.
Oh, there's only a couple episodes. Yeah, there's only a couple episodes left,
It's only
isn't there?
7 episodes. Only two more
I
this
thought it was
Wednesday and
8.
next Wednesday. Ah, seven.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
ha-
I think I've had this discussion with someone else as well, but like I really want Disney, if they're gonna keep going with this idea of having like series, give us a long running series rather than these fucking like mini series sort of things, like these 10 episode max series where it's just like this shit could be done way better as a movie. Like all they're doing is just like, hey, we like
It's too
gonna make a
much.
long movie.
It's too much money.
yeah, too much
It's
mucking around.
I would way rather like a good like a long series than these fucking like episodes that they're somehow like there's so much going on yet so little because they're just trying to get like a movie done but over 8 hours. It's just like
I guess I kind of wish they started at the Sand People stuff, not Boba Fett in the tank, and then it's flashbacks. Like I feel like just Morty said it best when he's like, why cut back to 3 weeks earlier? Why not just start the story there? Then the old guy
it's
dies.
got very similar problems to the first season of Witcher. To be fair, like it's less confusing with the timeline, but just having jumbled timelines sucks.
I wish
Just
I wish Witcher was longer as well. Definitely, I think that's something that needs to be longer, more than any
Why
of the
does
Star Wars stuff.
why does the Mando use a dark saber? I thought he was a good guy. Shouldn't he be using a lightsaber?
I like that. I do like that they're touching on the lore of it, like getting heavier through battle and shit like that. That's kind of cool.
I like small content. I'm with you on the small content. Like that anime thing they did, that was cool. Just give me
That
more
was
of
cool.
that. Give me like
I
the
yeah.
1 episode prequel to what Obi-Wan was doing when he was a Padawan or something with Qui-Gon. Give me just something. Just give me like 1 episode things. Like different people direct them. Just do it.
See, I would have. So for me, for Boba Fett, I would have liked 20 episodes, 20 minutes. Just pump it out. Just have him like actually doing like mob boss shit and like lead up to this war where they actually have like maybe the two last episodes are like an hour or whatever, or they're two half an hours and it's a one piece episode. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, a two-piece episode.
That is a
Um,
good point, by the way. Like you kind of inadvertently brought it up, but he's supposed to be a mob boss, and we've seen fuck all mob boss things happening, except for like hiring street Power Rangers.
I need my respect on Tatooine. I need to fight. I need to fight with my gaffy stick.
That's
Randomly, are you guys aware there's a Halo TV series coming?
Yeah, seen the new trailer. Um, one thing I like it irks me is like they managed to get Cortana's voice actor right, but they haven't got Master Chief's,
Chiefs. They didn't get Master Chief's
and
voice.
then
No.
Cortana's like doesn't look like Halsey, which she's meant to be based off Halsey. So like, it's this. I feel like it's gonna be like they're making Halo for like casual Halo fans, which I don't know how it's gonna go down. To be fair, it's gonna be interesting. I feel like it's one of those series that's gonna like anger a lot of like hardcore fans. I don't know what Jason's scowling at. I think he's watching the trailer at the moment. Yeah.
What the fuck? Why is there more characters than just Master Chief in this shit?
I don't know. To be
Yeah,
honest,
I think that guy's meant to be Locke. To be fair,
uh,
like yeah,
has Master Chief ever shown his face before?
Yeah. End of Halo 3 on the ending, one of the endings, he pulls his helmet off, right?
no,
Or, well,
you don't
yeah,
see
he
his
does.
actual face. You don't see his face.
He takes his helmet off though.
Yeah, but his helmet underneath his helmet was another helmet. Like that was like people clips. Yeah, legitimately, like people have like, um, you know, removed stuff in the
Mods.
coding and shit. And
Yeah, but
yeah,
you're coding the guy's face that you don't want to fucking see.
but it's yeah. So what happens is like underneath they coded in another helmet. So when he pulls it off his helmet, there's a helmet under the helmet.
No, you
Yeah,
get eyes. You just get his eyes at the end
yeah.
of 4. If you get the legendary
I,
ending, that's
I think it's Halo 2. The end of Halo 2, he takes off his helmet, and
it
like
looks,
the front of the Pelican like blocks it or whatever.
yeah.
And
It's just
like
a,
yeah, apparently they took out the Pelican and underneath his helmet is another helmet.
actually looks like this. This is what's under the helmet.
No,
This
that's Craig. That's Craig.
great Shadow Legends.
No, Craig. He has a band.
Born.
So the guy that I thought was playing Locke is apparently a guy called Soren066. So
Finally.
I think they might be setting these guys up as like Master Chief's Blue Squad or whatever it is.
Is Locke like in any of the other games, or is he only in the bad one that nobody likes?
He's referenced in the other games. He's referenced in so he's in Halo 5 and then he's referenced in Infinite and Halo Wars 2, I think.
I'm gonna be honest.
Um,
I'm sorry, Halo, but you do not make me want to buy another streaming service, Paramount Plus. I'm not keen
yeah.
enough to subscribe to Paramount Plus for this.
Just
I don't know
make
how
an
either of you feel.
animated thing or die. I don't want to see this trash. It's stupid. There's characters that aren't Master Chief and the Elite. That's it. Take them away. Avatar, Master Chief, Cortana. You only need 3. I don't even need enemies. Just mindless. Just have him go in and like murk a bunch of people the whole episode. Say nothing. Spin a big circle thing. Kill bug thing. Drive car. Master Chief. I just wrote the fucking book. I just did it. I don't need him to talk, people.
Master Chief, the guy that's playing Master Chief was in that skyscraper movie with The Rock. I didn't ever see that, but
You have
Publish.
just inadvertently made me less hyped than I already was for this fucking TV show.
Pablo Schreider.
yeah,
That movie was
never heard of him before. He was in
awful.
13 Hours.
Den of Thieves. Oh, he's in Orange is the New Black. He's one of the guards, I believe.
Didn't like. Actually, I won't even say. It's probably a bit too red hot.
So
The guards did bad stuff to women. It honestly, it looks like they've I don't know who's actually like made this, like who put in like Paramount. It's Paramount, you're saying, but
Xbox.
like all the actors are foreign. Like none of them are like American, like well-known actors. To be fair,
they probably didn't get enough money. So like, what is
No
this?
one's fucking subscribing to Paramount Plus.
What is this fan film Halo thing you've shown us?
Dude, that guy. There's a guy in the background that's like wearing the EVA armor, so I'm
I
all
love that
about
you've
that.
just committed to the bit of wearing sunglasses, by the way.
These are my prescription glasses, so like they do help me read.
Fair enough.
Like, I don't like ever wear them, but yeah, it's
I didn't even know you had prescription glasses. You know what I am getting more hype for, and it's probably going to be to my disappointment when it comes out, is the Batman movie.
It's good.
Seems
People have
good
seen
Batman.
Are you keen for
Um,
Batman, Jason?
Patterson's the best Batman in a while.
He's gonna sparkle.
Man fits the bill. Just because Twilight was bad doesn't mean he's bad.
I don't know. He's so emo Batman, though. Like, he's a very emo Batman.
I like Batman when he was digital. Babe, I like him when he was beyond. So this doesn't really matter to me, but he's way better than the last one, and he's better than that trash Trinity Triquel, whatever it's called. What's the three-piece thing called?
Trilogy.
Trilogy. Yeah, that trash trilogy with Bane in it and stuff.
Oh, hang on. This is a hot take. I like this. Because I know you've said this before. But you have
Yeah.
problems with Christian Bale's Batman, right?
Yeah, because those movies suck. The first one's good, but it's too dark to see anything. And then the next two aren't Batman movies. They're just karate movies. So they suck my nuts. You especially.
The action is bad. The fighting's bad. Yeah.
He breaks his back and doesn't even fucking touch his knee. Trash, dude.
I do agree with you, though. Batman Begins is definitely the best Batman of that trilogy.
And then he's like sad all the time. Like, who cares? I don't care if he's sad. You're Batman. I don't care. Do karate more or something. Do detective work. He's not even a detective in that.
He does some
How does
detective. He does some detective in the second one.
He works on Husalic Islands.
The bullet thing.
Yeah.
I can't believe people suck the nuts of that movie so hard just because that stupid clown was in it. It wasn't even the Joker. It was just crazy dude. Him, crazy dude.
What do you mean he wasn't the Joker?
He was just crazy dude. He didn't do anything.
I don't know what that means.
He burnt a big pile of money and he blew up hospital. Joker doesn't do that. He just does random shit. He takes photos and
They
then
were
kills
literally the most
Batman's
two
wife.
random shit things you could have ever said. He burns money and blows up a hospital.
It's so edgy, dude. Batman goes to like Detective Gordon's house and like breaks his daughter's kneecaps. That's like what Joker does. Joker doesn't do some cringe money thing because of society. Fucking trash. Pencil, stab pencil. He's just a man too. Why just lock him in jail? It doesn't make sense in that movie.
That's why I really like the Peacekeeper bit, and I've seen the bit on TikTok and stuff, which I'll spoil here, is when like Peacekeeper has an old man neighbor or something, and he's like, "Batman's a superhero, you're a fucking pussy" or something, and Peacekeeper.
You're meant to be saying Peacemaker, aren't you?
What I keep saying, Peacekeeper.
Keep saying Peacekeeper, and that's why I was like,
What's his name? Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Is there anybody called Peacekeeper?
Probably.
But it's not John Cena.
No.
Anyway, Peacemaker gets into an argument with his elderly neighbor about how much Batman's a pussy because he won't kill the Joker and other villains. And it makes sense.
Well, it doesn't make sense at all.
See, I don't know why like you didn't like Ben Affleck. Like I know they weren't good movies, but I think he was a good fit as Batman.
It's just old. And he had big armor. It's because those movies suck real bad too.
Yeah.
That's also.
I think he would have been great for like if they had have done the Dark Knight Returns storyline. I think that would have been perfect.
Do a TV show about Batman being a detective.
I don't know how they could do Dark Knight Returns in the same like time frame as Batman vs Superman though.
Yeah, they did try to.
Just retcon that shit. Get rid of all that.
Just blow it up.
Henry Cavill can't hold that movie up on his shoulders hard enough.
Henry Cavill's the best part of any DC movie Henry Cavill's in.
He's a very good Superman because he looks like him.
Same as The Witcher. Henry Cavill's the best part of The Witcher.
They're not hard movies to make. I feel like they try too hard. Everyone wants to reinvent what Batman is or what Superman is. Just have him do detective and punch. Just fucking stop showing me this other trash.
The problem is like studios see one thing and it's like, hey, we want you to like do these comics in a movie, and it's like, all right, you've given me like 10 different comics that don't relate to each other at all, and then the director's like, well, I'm just gonna make something along those lines, and it's just like,
Yeah, like you want
and
the bat break one. You want the man who breaks the bat, but also you want Talia Ghul there and all that trash, and also you want a bunch of other stuff to happen, and for Christian Bale to be depressed and pretend like Batman isn't real or some shit. I don't know.
so what they need to do, and this is what I've always thought with Batman, is like, if you're gonna make a successful Batman movie, make an original story that has like doesn't tie in with any of the comics and that sort of thing, and then you can maybe do a comic about it after, because like there's always the problem with like if you're doing a like an adaptation, people are going to say, oh yeah, the comic's better or the book's better and that sort of thing, or like they're going to miss parts here and miss parts there. Make an original story, just fucking incorporate what Batman is as a character and that sort of thing, and then whatever. Or conversely, just make one of the comics, shot for shot. Make one of the comics.
All the stories are there.
Honestly, you know, that's all Justice League needed to be, was a shot for shot comic of the New 52 Justice League that was incredible. And have Aquaman fucking launch a shark and eat aliens and have all that happen. It looks like Jason is just going into like.
Oh, Jason, can you do us like a bit for like, because we're going to surely be wrapping up soon.
Yeah, there it is. I had no idea what you were doing then. By the way, you look like you're going into Craig's mouth.
Can you change your background to like
real life?
No. Can you make it a hedge, like a green hedge?
Oh, you wanted to? Yeah. I see where this is going.
Yeah.
I won't spoil it for the 4 people. Never mind. Jason already said Simpson.
That's honestly what you reminded me of. And then Brandon, have we done long enough? Because I'm hot and I want to go to bed.
I'm okay.
Yeah, we've done long enough. I will say though, Warner Brothers as a company fucked DC.
Oh, yep, that's a henge.
Warner Brothers definitely fucked DC by trying to be as close to Marvel, and they just couldn't do it the same. And then they got angry.
Tried to catch up to Marvel, didn't work.
And they should have just started with Justice League New 52, and they would have been fine. And have Darkseid in that movie, and Batman make himself get captured, and Green Lantern. Why was Green Lantern not even in the movie? They made no other movies for anyone else. I don't understand why Green Lantern wasn't there.
No one likes trash characters like that.
Actually, before we like cut off, I heard like because I listened to the Fuckface podcast, and they were talking about like the newest Home Alone movie, but like apparently there's a Home Alone style movie featuring what's his name, the Ryan Reynolds, featuring Ryan Reynolds as like the main character.
Make that in the movie.
Part of it.
Yeah.
Right, Ryan Reynolds is the kid.
Yeah, so Ryan Reynolds is going to be like the main character. Ryan Reynolds is the main character, but it's like he's going to be getting into like Home Alone hijinks because he's like at home high. Like I was like that actually just sounds brilliant.
That
sounds
really
horribly
funny.
brilliant. Yeah.
Actually, have you seen the movie Free Guys?
Yeah, I have.
It's okay. I got told it was the best movie ever. Alright, guys. Well, that's us this week on the Not to Get Political podcast. I think that's probably the best way to end a podcast ever. So he's back now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, EatbugsTV or Jason, for being here again. It's always a pleasure.
Dox me.
I had my eyes closed for most of that podcast.
Oh man, that's why he was wearing sunglasses.
Bullshit.
I reckon we make this a thing going forward, Brandon.
I would
Glasses.
rather have eye contact with our precious audience. You look like
I'll stick
I'm
some eyes.
Deathstroke. Look at me, I'm Deathstroke from the hit TV show Archer.
you Joe Manganiello from the movie Deathstroke.
I'm Archer.
I'll get like a red dot or something, then I can be like the Terminator.
Tanganator. Turtwiganator.
Alright.
Actually, I kind of like with my haircut at the moment look like the guy from like Terminator 2 more.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, the bad guy. Alright. Do you want to give us a proper outro, Brandon?
Alright, well, yeah, I will. Thanks for watching, guys. EatbugsTV, thank you for being here. It's a pleasure again to have your chaotic energy. Lucas, every week as always love to have you here. What should people do if they want to support the podcast?
Send me $100 in cash. I'm broke as fuck at the yeah, like, comment, subscribe. There's gonna be some details down the bottom. Yeah.
Alright, bye.
And what day does this one come out on?